Hi guys. So let's say the day has finally arrived and it's time to pass in or to hand in your projects. Now, we've already discussed on the first video is how to get started. The second video we talked about research, and the third video we talked about the product itself. But today we're going to focus on what actually needs to be turned in. So I'm going to go through the following items that you will need to turn in with your projects on the day that it is due. So the first thing you'll turn in is a title page. A title page is required as the first page of written material in every single category, and that includes your paper category. Your title page must include the title of your entry, your names, either the individual or all up to 5 people, the contest division, and I'll show you something here in a moment so that makes more sense, and the category in which you are entered. And at the end, applicable word counts. In other words, how many words did you use? So the title page must not include any other information. So I don't want to see pictures or graphics or cute little borders, or I don't even want to see the school name or your grade. Okay? You need to make sure that you follow this carefully. I had a number of students who did not and had points taken off for it. All right, so here is an example of some title pages. So it's very simple. Here's your title. That's where you put your name or names. You guys are junior division because you're middle school. High school will put senior division, okay? So here's an example. This is an historical paper, and they said the paper's length is 2,234 words. Now, here's an example of an exhibit. So you have your title, name, or names. And let me back up over here. That was an historical paper. So how many people in that group? I hope you said 1. Good. All right, but over here with the exhibit, you can have up to 5 people. So once again, you are a junior division. This is considered a group exhibit, and this is the student composed words, 489. So those are the number of words that are in your exhibit. And then you also have a process paper, and it has to have 500 words at the most. And so this person gave an example of 410 words. So hope that makes sense to you. I've also given you examples in the material that you'll see in Google Classroom. All right, the second thing you'll turn in, now we talked about this when we spoke on the project tutorial, but it's the process paper. So I'm going to go through it a little bit quicker. All categories except the historical paper must include a process paper with the entry. It must describe in 500 or fewer words how you conducted your research and created your entry. The process paper must include 4 sections that explain 1, how you chose your topic, 2, how you conducted your research, 3, how you selected your presentation category and created your project. Number 4, how your project relates to the NHD theme, the National History Day theme. So I have on your material resource page, I've given you in Google Classroom, examples of process papers. So you'll be able to see what those are. All right, last but not least, your annotated bibliography. Again, we've gone over this actually in 2 different tutorial videos, but I'll just briefly discuss it now. An annotated bibliography is required for all categories. Your annotated bibliography is not included in the word count. And that's it. All right, so finally your projects. So we have paper category. Your research papers are attached after the cover sheet. So it goes cover sheet, paper, annotated bibliography. And in this, what I mean by cover sheet, I mean your title page. Then you have your documentaries. I want those turned in on a flash drive. Make sure your name is on it, or put it in an envelope. I had some students put it in Ziploc bags and put your name on it and then give that to me with everything else that you need to hand in as well. Performances, they need to be performed live, so you'll need to schedule a time before or after school. I know that I can take anyone before school, but maybe one of the other 2 teachers will be able to do it for after school. And then website. So you need to turn in your Weebly address on your process paper. And that's where I'll look it up. And last but not least, the exhibit. I want you to put your exhibit up in the library on the top of the bookcases. A teacher or an adult will be there in the morning to guide you, but it is your responsibility to set it up. So if you need any help, at least where to put it, they'll do that. But you need to take the time to put everything where it needs to go. Make sure that your name is on the back of the exhibit. I was surprised by how many students did not do this. And yes, you will have points taken off. It must be in place by 4 p.m. on Friday, December 7th. So you can certainly start bringing them in at the beginning of that week, but as long as they're there no later than Friday, December 7th. Lastly, I want you to place a copy of your paperwork in front of your exhibit. Do not attach your paperwork to the exhibit itself. Sometimes it weighs it down and they fall over. So I want it directly there in front, plus that's where I'm going to pick it up and I'll be grading it right then and there. All right, so if you haven't heard me say this to you yet, I am proud of you. This is a huge commitment. I know of many students who chose not to do a pre-AP class because they didn't like this big project, and that was very sad. But you guys said you were going to do it, and you have, and I'm just very proud of you. I cannot wait to see what you've done, and more than anything else, to see what you learned. Looking forward to it. See you soon.